I am Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. We have been preparing seconds for quite a few hives I've got out back right now that are just getting to the stage where they need to go from 1 deep super to 2 deep supers. So this is the first stage, in fact, in your single brood chamber management, because let's say, regardless of where you start from, you take the brood chamber into a second brood chamber. And in this case, I'm doing it 2 to 3 weeks before the honey flow really gets strong. We've got a honey flow on now. We're in mid-May. We had some fantastic warm weather last week, which made everything speed right up. If you look back 10 days ago, it looked like the apple blossom bloom was about 3 weeks away, and now we're in full bloom because we had days actually hit 90 degrees last Saturday. So everything is speeded up. The dandelions are past peak now. They're starting to go. They came and went really quickly with the heat, but lots of trees are in bloom, so there's lots of different flowers coming on. As I say, usually the main honey flow is from early to mid-June into July, depending on the weather. Now, as we go from a single brood chamber in these hives, we're going up to a double. The way I prepare it, I take a lead from the way Ian Stepler sets his up. So I'd have a couple of frames of foundation on the outside. This is in order to give them plenty of room to grow into. A couple of frames of foundation. I have a frame with honey and resources here. And then I have several frames of drawn comb. So everything's a bit sticky here, but lots of frames of drawn comb, but empty. Maybe the odd bit of pollen, the odd bit of nectar in them. So I've got 4 frames of drawn comb, another frame of honey, and 2 more frames of foundation. So when this goes on top of that brood chamber that is expanding downstairs, the bees will go straight up into these empty drawn combs, clean those up, and the queen will be laying in there in no time at all. And in that way, that brood chamber will grow nice and quickly. And I would say that in a week, I'll have a couple of frames with brood upstairs, and in maybe two weeks, I might even be thinning out some of these that have more than 3 or 4 frames of brood in here already. They may go into the frames with honey in there. But at any rate, once we have the brood developing here, and then once the honey flow hits, I'm going to be shaking the queen back down into the bottom brood chamber in order to concentrate it down to 10 frames or 1 single brood chamber again. So this is the way I will get many of my hives going. Some of them are already 2 deeps, and I'm having to keep pulling them back, taking some energy out of the upper deep, because they're already at the point at which they're getting strong for that size box. And so I keep on trimming those ones back. But for my singles that are going up to doubles now, they should be just spot on for taking back down to single when I'm ready for my single brood chamber management. Then my upper brood chamber would become my first honey super. So let's go out there and I'll show you what we're doing. Now hopefully you'll be able to hear, because we're gonna have a lot of wind noise. We've got a breezy day today, so I'm not going into the colonies any more than we have to. We're just checking to see that they've got a good 7 to 8 frames of bees, so they're ready for the next box. Because I always want to get the box on before they've run out of room in the super below. And the way to check that is literally just tip them back. So we'll start with, I equalized these colonies last week at about 4 frames of brood, maybe a bit more, 4.5. And we're just going to work our way along and put seconds on where they're ready. So we'll have a look at this one. I'll just go on this side, the other side there. So what we're just going to do is check the width of the colony. See if it's ready. Oh, yeah. Now we've got a good 8 frames of bees here. So this cluster is ready to go. As I say, we're not waiting till they filled every inch of it. We want to make sure we just get those bees all the room they need without getting too much room. If there's too much room, they get chilled. So this is fine. Looking at the bees pouring out, we've probably got a box full. Yeah, we're at 7 here, and that'll do. Okay. That's a question. Yeah. This one's not ready. Only got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just not quite ready. So we'll just leave it compact to stay nice and warm. I'll move on to the next one. Next week it will be ready. This one's not quite ready either.
Interesting on the other side, as it goes down, colonies get stronger, and this one seems to be getting weaker.
We shall see. There we go, 9 frames of bees. bees are there. I'm wondering what's going on. There's a nice 8.5 framer. Cover came off here. Already you can tell it's not going to be a full one. Doesn't look like it'll be a full one anyway. No, considerably smaller. So on a sunnier day, I'll go through the little hives like this, check out to see what's going on. Could be that this is one that had lost its queen and it was requeening, so it just hasn't expanded as much. We shall see. These always makes for a very loud noise. It feels like, yeah, it's moderate, so it's not quite ready. About 5 to 6 frames of bees, not quite ready. Where's that one? It is beautiful. So again, what's going to go on here is the queen is occupying most of this space. She's probably got 5 to 6 frames of brood, honey on the outside edges, building some comb on the outside edges. And now she'll go up into these drawn combs. The bees will clean them up really quickly. She will be laying here probably within a couple of days. By the end of the week, I'll probably have a couple of frames of brood up here. By the end of next week, all 4 of them will likely be full. I've got 7, almost 8 frames of bees. It's ready to go. Right on the borderline. 1, 2. We'll give this one another day or 2. Nope, not ready. almost. Not quite.
You're looking for 7 frames right here.
Pretty much 7 frames of these. The downside of these suits is you've got any little nails sticking out, they catch on your suit, and then you end up with little tears like that. Nope. Just about 4 or 5 frames of these. I don't think I got this far in my equalizing last week. So my smaller hives haven't got the benefit creaming off from the bigger ones. But it also means that my bigger ones over here haven't been thinned down. So I'll have big and small. Just short. out of focus. Your head's spinning, huh? Okay, well let me turn you off and on again to see if we get the camera working better. Okay, how's that? Right, okay, let's got one more box. That's it for right now. We have put seconds on quite a few of them, about 50%, maybe a little more than 50%, 60%, and we've got a few more to go through yet, and then we'll be done. So this is the preparation for going up to the 2-story hive. Now, if I was to leaving them as 2 stories, we'd just be putting honey super on it in about 2 weeks, maybe 3. But I'm thinking in about 2 to 3 weeks, most of these will go down to single brood chamber management. So this is step 1. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer, on a windy day. See you next time.